Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, today I checked out the community request page and saw one for help on blockages and encouragement. So we're going to start off with a little message on blockages for the DFs, one for the blockages affecting the DMs right now. You know, the ones that can be cleared. So we'll leave it up to divine guidance pardon me, about which ones are going to come up today to be looked at. I'm going to pull a series of cards for each and we'll take it from there. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the blockages regarding the Divine Feminines today? What are the Divine Feminines needing to look at? Clinging. Holding on too tightly to the DM. I'm getting, and opening your heart. As I set this down, it actually stuck to my fingers and spun from the clingy energy to the opening of the heart. So as you let go of the clinging energy, Divine Feminines, it opens your heart. It like spins your heart chakra so that it opens right up. And you let go of the fear. We only cling, we only chase when we're afraid the connection isn't there. So take that as a bit of a clue there, Divine Feminines. In order to unlock things towards union, you have to unlock your heart. It's in the direct proportion of that. So let's see where the energy is going for the Divine Feminines regarding that block. Yeah. We are getting this alignment with higher self. So Divine Feminines, alignment with higher self is your true north compass point, and that is what causes this opening, the heart opening to happen, and you come into that higher guidance. There is an angel in this car, so pray for angelic assistance. I'm going to say it again, that the angels are the angles, literally. It's not a mistake that those words are so close, but the angels are the vectors that you can approach something from that makes all the difference. It's a perceptionary shift. It's an energy of augmentation that can come in and help make all the difference. So the divine is guiding through these angels, the angles of perception that can open your heart, that takes you from the fear, the clinging, the being afraid of losing something, to opening your heart and enjoying it for what it is. Beautiful. So let's get some encouragement for the Divine Feminines who are cranking open that heart chakra. Okay, spiritual strength, virtue, and valor came out. This is your true strength, Divine Feminines, is the power of compassion, the open heart, Care Bear stare, I heard. But being able to keep your heart open and boundary up. You know, you don't have to throw yourself in front of a train. That is not wise. But you can open your heart and make sure you don't step on the tracks, right? So Divine Feminines, don't put yourself in harm's way, but don't shut your heart off or be in fear, either chasing or timid because of fearing being hurt. Make sure that as you go forward with your connection and all things in your life, that you have proper boundaries that are realistic, so that you're not over extending, your emotions aren't getting ahead of you, that sort of a thing. Okay, let's have a look at what the Divine Masculines blockages are today, or blockage. What can we see for the Divine Masculines on the journey today? What can be looked at for Divine Masculines? Thank you. Oh. Get a couple, the Chariot and unconditional love. So Divine Masculines are also opening up the heart, looking at unconditional love. There seems to be something energetically holding back the forward motion. The Chariot is the big green light, go. And so Divine Masculines, it looks like there's a little bit of hesitancy for some reason, and it has to do with this unconditional love. So let's get a clarifier. I'm hearing knowing if it's actually unconditional love or not. is sort of the blockage, the energetics. Having the degree of discernment that actually qualifies you to know whether it is unconditional love or not. So look at energetics, divine masculines. Feel. Use your emotions, use your heart space to feel whether something is genuine or authentic or not. If something makes you feel off, even though it sounds good, that's probably your discernment saying that it's too good to be true. If something makes you feel good, even though it might be impossible in the physical, it might be a clue that it's unconditional love. So look at the alignments of things. Get into the discernment. Let's pull the clarifier. This fell over onto the feminines. Oh my goodness. It's my karmic feminine energy card, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and it actually fell over onto the divine feminines. So interesting. So your clarifying card divine masculines is this karmic feminine energy, and whether or not your divine feminine is the real deal or not. So utilize your discernment. Let's get some encouragement on how you can continue to move through that blockage of uncertainty, not knowing, not being able or qualified to tell if your divine feminine is the real deal or not. Blue star of hope, ascension, purification, and surrender. So divine masculine, as you continue to level up in your own ascension process, your eyes, your spiritual eyes will be opened wider and wider to the truth of this. And you know, you are on the journey. So in many cases, because this is a romantic, love journey, it is about seeing through the counterfeit energy, the almost perfect energy, to what the original template is. The divine feminine is the source channeled divine being. Not all that glitters is gold. And so karmic feminines have, or karmic feminine energy, because even divine feminines go through the understanding of karma as well. So divine masculine, as you surrender, as you ascend, as you purify your own frequency, you're given more and more insight into what is what. So that is your encouragement. Keep with the journey, divine masculines. Okay, I'm going to put those cards back and get into the divine masculine reading. Thank you, a divine creator, for showing us what the divine masculines are. Oh, Tower and New Beginning. Boom, boom. So some major changes. I was just like grabbed by these two cards. So major changes for divine masculines. Divine masculines, you might find that there is a sudden end to something, a sudden change of course, and then a brand new beginning with the Fool there. I just heard seeing the light. So divine masculines, for some, you are seeing the light in something you've been exploring not being authentic. Okay, what is it we can see for divine masculines? What is the mind space for a divine masculines? What are the divine masculines feeling on the heart space for their divine feminine? What are the divine masculines wishing for the connection? What actions are being taken? What is the biggest block? We just saw some blocks. But what else can we see? What is the spirit guided solution, and where is the energy going? Okay, on the mind space. Nothing but love for divine feminine, Queen of Wands. That's so beautiful. So divine masculines, I heard the temperature is rising, but the emotions are rising. It's really overtaking the divine masculines. Pretty soon they're not going to be able to see straight because the ocean will be overcoming them. The Queen of Wands here, though, divine masculines have their sights set on you, divine feminine, and they're not going to be able to hold this love back much longer. As the divine masculines, as you beautiful divine masculines come into the recognition of what authentic versus counterfeit energy really is. You know, we're just learning that again as a people, returning back to that. So as the divine masculine collective recognizes authenticity more and more, that ability to hold back the profound love for the divine feminine is becoming incredibly difficult. What are the divine masculines feeling on the heart space? Oh, we have the Chariot here in the upright now. So we saw the Chariot in the opening in the reverse because there was still some karmic feminine energy to see through. And here we have the Five of Orbs. This is my card of free will. We get the message a little bit more here. So when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So as you become more love, divine masculines, that qualifies you to see. We only ever negotiate, navigate, speak from what we are within us. And we see that reflected back from our reality. So if your divine masculine has not been seeing you for who you are, for your purity, for your heart, and that hasn't been doing it for them, divine feminine, it's because they have not been in alignment with that within them. It's them, it's not you. They've been struggling. Look at how stormy and dark and hopeless this feels. When you look at that, it's very confusing. So this is about the divine masculines taking control of their thoughts, their low vibe ways of interpreting reality that is not true. You know, this is about seeing the truth of things that allows for forward motion, forward movement. And on the mind space, they get it. But the heart is still a tricky creature that needs to open here. Okay, what are the divine masculines wishing for the connection? Oh, Three of Swords, Three of Orbs. This is the third party heartache. This is heartache in your connection. They're wishing to end this. With the lightning, they're wishing to see the light. It's that tower we saw in the shuffle. It's a major aha moment. And they don't want to wait for that. It's like, enough already. I want to see the truth of this. It's like they're on their knees begging for this truth. Like, show me the truth of it. Finally, I can't be in limbo for so long anymore. I don't want to put up with any confusion anymore. You know, there was a time when the divine masculines actually wanted to, like, not put effort. They wanted to, la la la, life is fine, I'm doing fine, don't want to look at it. The squeeze is on because now they're impatient. Now they want to get to the bottom of this connection, this energy. They want to get to the bottom of pain. They no longer, I just heard they've healed enough to no longer want to ruminate in the pain of indecision. Wow. And that's that pressure building, the beautiful pressure, the self-imposed, knowing they can't hold this love back much longer. Okay, what actions are being taken? Ooh, Indigo and Knight of Cups. Indigo is the magician. Look at that faceted gemstone. They are bringing their innovations, they're bringing their concepts, their wild cards to this dimension and offering the love that they are into the world. So many divine masculines have been working on passion projects, starting businesses, taking businesses to the next level, you know, helping people, doing things they love, seeing things in different ways, speaking from that point of view, sharing it out into the world. So they are manifesting a higher alignment, I just heard. What is the biggest block? Oh, this transition, going through the portal. We can't carry anyone else's karma through the ascension process. There comes a phase where we have to let go of everything, our twin, everything, because it doesn't fit through the portal that is the old self to the new self for each individual. So love is on the back burner while the divine masculines actually tap in and go through this portal. So that's a challenge, having to be uncertain about how this connection will pan out, where it will go. So for many divine masculines and feminines, the divine masculines know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're not going anywhere, divine feminines. This is giving me the distinct feeling that for many divine masculines, they really are going to hit that point where they think they have lost you. They asked for this. If you remember a couple of months ago, there was a reading where divine masculines literally asked the divine to have the connection severed, to see what that would be like without you on their conscious mind, divine feminines, and to experience the not feeling you in their energy. They asked for that. And so they are really coming down to that 0 point where not having you in their energy field will be the experience. So it could be that is happening right now because it's in the challenge spot. So what is the divine guidance? Oh, the be still and know, high priestess, embodiment of the high priestess, divine feminine within divine masculine. So as your external world becomes balanced out to the 0 point, you are finding the divine feminine energy within, in inner union, integrating the divine feminine on a new layer. We do this in stages, in concentric circles almost, of timelines. It looks like a circle from the top, but if you turn it to the side, you get this spiral staircase of growth. You know, from the 2D, it just looks like everything that comes around goes around. And then from the side, it's this climb upward. And isn't that beautiful? I'm being shown these crows. You know, when birds soar and they catch the thermals, they are brought higher effortlessly. Catch the thermals, divine masculines, Prince of Swords. This is about communication and effort. Really, swords are action. They are communication. But right now the guidance is be still and know. Go within, divine masculine. If you are feeling like your twin connection is, you're going to have to let go of it to transition and then see what happens on the other side of whatever you're shedding, so that you can be at 0 point. Be still and know. You don't have to communicate. You don't have to push anything. Ride the thermals of this love within, so that you come out the other side of your transition, of your healing, of your process, with the full embodiment of this love within. And I'm hearing so that you can want to be together, not so that you have to be. We are ending codependency through the twin flame dynamic. We are abolishing we're abolishing codependency on the planet. We're coming into freedom of choice to be truly in relationship because we want to, which is eliminating sexual tension. It's eliminating competition, jealousy, lack, because we know it's so true. We know that it's not binding. We want it. And we know that there is no counterfeit for the real thing. Okay, where's the connection going? Divine justice with the Empress. So divine masculines, you are right on track, even though it may look like you are challenged by not having this love in your life right now, because you chose it with your free will, because you were following divine guidance to embody that path. So you could come into the full appreciation. Isn't that what unconditional love is the full appreciation? And that's the cosmic divine justice, is you coming through that. You know, the aspects of having been so overwhelmed by the love and then begging for it to release its grip so that you could know for sure, without bias, whether it was right for you or not. Learning all of the energetics, and now coming through the portal into this cosmic level of justice where, yes, your Empress, your Queen of all queens, Queen of all everything, is legit, is your divine counterpart, because everything indicates that is so. How stunning. Okay, I'm actually going to do divine feminine now. So let's see what the divine feminine is thinking and feeling, processing. Oh, We got the Three of Swords with, this is kind of the heartache and not wanting to be in heartache about this turtle pace with the connection anymore. So divine feminines are also letting go, which might be, you know, why divine masculines, you're feeling like your love connection with your feminine is not so predominant at this time. But let's see. So thank you, divine creator. What are the divine feminines thinking and feeling? Wishing and doing for this connection. Oh. It's so funny when I'm working with these cards. If I'm meant to use a deck or pick a card, it magnetizes to my hand. It's like I can't get away from it. This deck just kind of jumped at me, and it was like static electricity almost. So we'll use it. We'll use it. Okay, what is it that the feminines are most challenged by? What is the spirit guided solution for that challenge? Where are the feminines going in the energy in the near future? Okay, the divine feminine collective, what are they thinking? Six of Wands, victory and love offers. So divine feminines are truly feeling like there is going to be some victory coming, and you know, with this amount of 5D love being felt for the divine feminine, they kind of are onto you, divine masculine, that it's only a matter of time that this, you will ride back from the karmic battle. This is the daddy's coming home card for some readers. It's kind of cute, but typically it's a masculine riding back from war with this promise to crown their feminine in, you know, for marriage or for relationship. So divine feminines feel you, divine masculine. They feel that you are waging the karmic battle and learning and coming into the truth of this love. So they're on to you. This is high priestess stuff. They feel you and the becoming. What are the divine feminines feeling on the heart space? Ooh, Ten of Swords and the passionate new beginning, Ace of Wands. These are both in the reverse. This is like the existential crisis. It's very forsaken energy. So divine feminines are still finalizing the letting go of even you. Everybody's letting go of the connection right now. Divine masculines, your divine feminine is just done with not having, I heard sexual charge created between you. This is the sexual charge card. It's the most phallic card. And so, you know, it's in the reverse in direct proportion to this left for dead, bleeding out, forsaken energy. So on the heart space, divine feminines are disconnecting because they're starting to learn that sexual chemistry, sexual charge, polarization when that is not existing in your connection, there has to be a disconnect or a relaxation of it so that it can come back in. Divine feminines are feeling on their heart space the connection between the lack of passion and this not wanting the connection or even forsaking the connection. So divine feminines, there's so many messages in this. I hope you're getting the nuance of what's coming through. But divine feminines are literally, this translates to, they don't want you anymore, divine masculine, if you just don't freaking want them either. And so, yeah, divine masculines, it's to that point where your divine feminine is fully disconnecting and desiring this connection, even if it's not with you. Divine masculine, wow. What are the divine feminines wishing for your connection, divine masculine? Four of Wands in the reverse with the card of anxiety. They're just wishing for balance. They're wishing that it wasn't so hard. They're wishing it wasn't so painstaking, I just heard. They're wanting to have this union, 1111. They want this foundation with you, and they want to end the anxiety. So they don't want to have anxiety over this not coming in anymore, and that's what's causing this release. Divine masculines, don't think for a second that you are not the biggest temptation, the biggest draw, the biggest love of the divine feminine's lives. And do not underestimate, no matter how masterful, composed, bomb-proof your feminine is. Your feminine has been managing the anxiety about your connection not coming in all the way along and is disconnecting because they have to let go. They cannot torment themselves anymore. And isn't that what the block in the first card for Divine Feminines was? The opening of the heart and boundaries up. I don't know if I could say it. Anyways, but okay, so Divine Feminines want to keep an open heart, so they're letting go, totally letting go of the connection in the heart space in the name of that, in the name of staying open and soft and available for love, even if it means putting up a boundary that says, I'm letting go of my twin because it's not appropriate to hang on. Easier said than done. Okay, what actions are the feminines taking? They're looking bit by bit at the misconceptions that they have had that kept them hanging on to someone that was not showing reciprocal love. That's what I'm hearing. So Divine Feminines are really becoming practical bit by bit, aligning with the eternal, aligning with the infinite, and looking at where they have been deluding themselves, where they've been getting it wrong, where it hasn't served. So all the beliefs, all the thoughts that Divine Feminines have had that just don't seem to add up or make sense or bring reality in the right way, they're changing. Divine Feminines are looking at those things and desiring to see the truth beyond wishful thinking. A new level of that is happening. Okay, what is the biggest challenge for Divine Feminines? The Emperor and manipulation, control freak, manipulation. The biggest challenge in this connection for the feminines, Divine Masculines, is this control freak energy that they feel you have been employing in the connection. No contact, breadcrumbing, little bits of information, not being transparent, not just unfolding into it, not getting to know your Divine Feminine, not being available, not being exclusive, not changing things that aren't good for you. You know, all the knots, all the things that you are not doing. The Divine Feminines are most challenged by that because they have thought that you have been manipulating this connection. They have seen, you know, the Magician in the reverse is manipulation. Whether they think it's conscious or not conscious, this has been the stickiest challenge for the Divine Feminines, is this stoic, unfeeling, emotionally unavailable representation of the Divine Masculine that comes off as manipulation. Whether that's your truth or not, Divine Masculines, that's how the Divine Feminine collective has been challenged by what's gone down in your relationship, in your connection. They see you as a staunchy old man who's stubborn and hardened and unfair, darn unfair, like manipulatively so. Okay, what are the divine guidance solution for that? 7 of Cups, freeing the mind. So Divine Feminines, you're being asked to not be confused by the masculines doing this and bring it back to where you enslave yourself out of fear, where you can free your own thinking. You know, a lot of times feminines who are fed up will say, why do I have to do it all? Why do I have to do all the work? Why can't my masculine do it? Your Divine Masculine can, it just might not be on your timeline. So if you're finding that it's at a squeeze where you're finding you're intolerant of your masculine's progress or lack thereof, you don't know what's happening under the surface, Divine Feminines. So bring it back to what you can do, how you can shift your perception, how you can cut through confusion, how you can focus on what's right in front of you so that you don't have to be so distracted by your masculine. If you are in illusion, distraction, clouded vision about what's going on with your masculine, just chalk that up to energetically, it's none of your business right now. And bring it back to what's in your control. It's the serenity prayer. Again, This is really teaching us to have our own scuba gear on so we can dive deep into this love. So divine feminines, look at how you can free your own mind. If you can't make heads or tails of something your divine masculine is doing, just tell yourself it's none of your business right now and carry on. Keep calm and carry on. What is within your control, divine feminines? Whoa, where are the divine feminines going? Oh, judgment and strength. So what beautiful energy. I'm going to dig out the divine masculine one. Divine justice with the Empress, judgment and strength. We got 4 major arcana for where this is going in the near future. So, you know, next 3 weeks, there's going to be this major awakening to the capacity, the strength, the wholeness that you've tuned into, divine feminine. And that is this Empress energy that your divine masculine is seeing for what it is and being unafraid of it. So you are actually seeing as well with this judgment card your own strength, your own worthiness, your own humility, your own balance, divine feminine, and what is within your own control. When the strength card comes out, it means the devil's been at play. Strength tames that beast. And so tame the beast of uncertainty. Tame the beast, divine feminine, of thinking that your divine masculine is, you know, manipulating you and doing this because of something they're intentionally trying to manufacture here. You don't need to know all of the different aspects of the journey that has been causing your masculine to behave in certain ways that could be interpreted that way. All you need to do is control your own mind, your own ego, your own interpretation of reality, and find solace in that, on your side of the energy. As you come into that mastery and that balance, when you see things for what they are, that brings in this really beautiful alignment. How lovely. There's so much more that I could go into, but I'm going to end it there. Let's get one more card. Actually, I just got a new deck of cards, the Elemental Oracle. It didn't have a name. I think I remember talking to someone about this deck, and forgive me, but it's from New Zealand. Thank you, New Zealand. With love for this new deck. And here we go. So shoot me a message if it was you and remind me who it was, because I believe that I did have a conversation over this deck, but let me know. I love it. This is the first time I'll be using it. So what can we see for the union space? Voice. Let's go to the guidebook. So this is the Elemental Oracle. Speaking your word. Here's the card again. I'm going to hold it up. Oh, there it is. Card number 25. Speaking your word. Use your voice. Speak up. Sing your song out to the universe. It's often not what you say, but how you say it. Speak plainly and tell your story. Word of power. The voice is an air-powered instrument, the sound of which is made by the movement of pressurized air over the vocal cords. The vocal cords vibrate, making audible pulses that are adjusted by the muscles of the larynx to give a unique variety in pitch and tone. The sound is further filtered by the lips, the cheeks, the facial muscles, as well as the position of the neck and chest. Every person's voice is quite unique because of the combinations of their physiology, although we do like to mimic others for fun. The human voice is capable of a huge variety of sounds, from harmonic tonality to grunts, squeals, and screams. The voice is one way humans express and create emotions in themselves and others, and of course communicate through complex language. Listening to amazing voices raised up in song is something humanity has been doing since prehistory. Yet perhaps more importantly, being able to speak out about what is most important to us is even more vital. You must use your voice both kindly and for the greater good, not being afraid to speak out about injustice or to change a bad law or system has always changed the world for the better. Element air. So this is a time to, you know, be the true you and speak it out beautifully, with safety, with assurance. But this talks about communication of those deep, deep ascended versions of selves that are coming into union. This is gorgeous. So there's going to be conversations. There's going to be catching up with divine counterparts. There's justice, there's strength, there's clarity, there's friendship, there's communication coming in for the counterparts here. So if you aren't in communication, if you don't have communication on the radar, really get in tune. You know, we're talking about singing. Get in tune with the frequency that you are. Know who you are right now, where you've come, what you believe, what your heart is telling you is the right way for you now, and have that in your energy field for when these communications come in. You don't have to fake it if you are it. So just be your truth. Don't be afraid to share with your divine counterpart something that is your truth, even if it seems to contradict what they have said is their truth, because everybody's growing and processing. So, you know, even if, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. These are the roots of the karmic clearing, is when divine feminine, especially if you hold the light of what you know is your truth and it seems to contradict what your divine masculine is all about at this time, speak it without trying to put it on your divine masculine, and vice versa. Divine masculines, if something is your truth at this time, don't try and put it on your divine feminine, but speak that out so that people know where they stand and how those collaborations and negotiations of friendship can come in and be a win-win for both. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.